comes the highwaywoman. She comes with music for your soul, and then moves along. She moves along.
If you're just joining us, this is Bridget London, and welcome to this week's edition of the Highwaywoman Radio Show. I am still in Lukenbach, Texas. I can't seem to leave this place, even though I'm headed to Nashville soon. And I'll tell you what, I'm sure glad I'm still here, because last night at the Picker Circle, in waltzed in the Dallas Moore Band from the road, and I roped them into coming on the show, and we're going to play their music for you, tell them all about what's going on with these guys. Hey, guys.
Hello.
What's going on?
All is well. We're glad to be here in Texas with you.
Well, we're sure glad you're here in Texas. Man, so now tell everybody, first of all, where are you based out of? You're based out of Ohio still, right?
Yeah. We're officially based out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and half the band lives in or around Cincinnati and half in or around Louisville, Kentucky. So we're only about an hour and a half apart there. So we meet up and then get back on the road and go wherever we can.
That's right. Well, you're twisting through Texas like a Texas tornado, you've been saying.
That's what the song says.
How about we play that for everybody? We're going to come back and we want to find out all about you guys. How's
all right.
That? All right.
Drove 3 days to play a 1-hour show, 2,500 miles, busted flat ass broke. But we made that stage with brother David Allen Cole, twisting through Texas like a tornado, twisting through Texas like a tornado. Satellite radio, Hillbilly Jim playing every single song I know. Crank her up loud when they spin me and Billy Joe, twisting through Texas like a tornado, twisting through Texas like a tornado. Making my rounds, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio. Another case of Lone Star and them old brisket tacos. Lord, I'm on fire, hotter than a habanero, twisting through Texas like a tornado, twisting through Texas like a tornado. Drove 3 days to play a 1-hour show, 2,500 miles, busted flat ass broke. But we made that stage with brother David Allen Cole, twisting through Texas like a tornado, twisting through Texas like a tornado, twisting through Texas like a tornado.
That was Texas Tornado from the Dallas Moore Band, my guests here on the Highwaywoman radio show this week. And lucky y'all, they have got their instruments with them, so we're going to have them sing. But first, I want to find out a little bit more about these guys. Okay, they're from Ohio, they're Midwest guys. These are some hardcore outlaw traveling fellas. So tell me, how did you guys come together? When did you first start playing music first, Dallas?
I started many moons ago when I was 16 years old and got my first guitar, and then we just been knocking them out ever since. And me and Reverend Bob, Lucky Chucky, hooked up together almost 18 years ago now. Mm-hmm. And then Rocky Parnell on drums has been with us about 10 years, and Mike Owens on harmonica from Louisville, Kentucky, has been with us about 5 years. He's the new guy.
The new old guy.
He's the new old guy. So we've just been doing our thing, recording and putting our music out on, and our last several releases have been on Soul Records, which is our label.
Now, where are they? Are they based out of the Midwest?
Out of Bright, Indiana. A little sleepy town called Bright, Indiana.
Awesome.
Right where Cincinnati and Kentucky and Indiana all come together at the river there. We just kind of make all our own music and distribute it ourselves. And we're real honored to be involved in and featured in a new book about the history of outlaw country music called Outlaws Still at Large. It's by author Neil Alexander Hamilton, and of course it starts. It's an entire story of the saga of the outlaw country movement since it started in the '70s, and of course features Waylon and Willie and Billy Joe and David Allan Coe, who's a great friend of ours. We tour with quite a bit with David and Johnny Paycheck and all, and then it bridges the gap into the guys that are doing it today and carrying on the tradition and making their own new music. And it features us and Shooter Jennings, who Shooter wrote the foreword for the book. My friend Wayne Mills and Dale Watson is also profiled in the book. And Whitey Morgan in the 78s. Jackson Taylor is in there. Elizabeth Cook. So there's and many more. J.B. Beverly, who I think we're both friends with,
yep.
Is featured in there. And like I say, many more. There's also an accompanying CD with some of the newer artists.
That's cool.
And that comes with the book.
All right.
Blackberry Smoke is also in there, too. Can't forget
those
that's good friends of ours.
All right. Very cool. And that's called Outlaws Still at Large, and you can check out the Facebook page for that. And actually, yesterday there was just an announcement made in conjunction with the fellow who wrote the book that you were speaking of.
Neil Hamilton.
Yes. You want to tell folks a little bit about that?
Yeah, real excited about the announcement of the Outlaw Country Music Hall of Fame, which will be debuting in Lynchburg, Tennessee in spring of 2014. And the board of directors includes author Neil Hamilton, as well as Brian DeBruler, who's the president and CEO of our record label, Soul Records. And our buddy Terry Jennings is also on the board, Gary Sargent, and the mayor of Lynchburg, and some other cats that are also involved. And you can find all that information in the press release for the Outlaw Music Hall.
That's right. And you can find that press release at outlawmagazine.com also.
Yes, you can.
Check that out. So, all right. So now let's get to some music. What are you going to do for us today, guys?
We're going to play a tune I wrote a while back that we had an opportunity to make our live album, which was called Hank to Thank, with our godfather, who was Jody Payne, who, of course, played guitar with Willie for so many years and just recently passed away last weekend. But we became to be friends with Jody years ago. I was on tour opening for Willie, and we sat down and got to talking about where we were from. Come to find out, Jody had actually graduated Norwood High School a year, which is part of Cincinnati, a year ahead of my mom, Magdalene Haynes Moore. And we didn't know we had that in common. That's the high school I graduated from, So fast forward a few weeks, and it was the next show I was doing with Willie. It was actually me and a guitar opening for Willie, Leon Russell, and the Amazing Rhythm Aces. Got to take actually Jody's senior yearbook, which he had never got. My mom gave it to me to pass along to him. And he said, well, from here on out, I'm your godfather from that day forth. And we just became the closest of family and friends, and played music together so much. And when we went to make the live album, it was kind of a historic thing. It was recorded on the 61st anniversary of when Hank Sr. recorded 6 of his classic tunes at Herzog Studios, which is in Cincinnati. My mom had also made music there back in the 50s with her band, the Buckeye Bells. When we invited Jody along we stood in the same very spot where Hank had recorded 61 years to the day. We made a live album, and Jody's on it, and this song is one of the tunes that came out of that. And we actually did our first music video. We had never shot a video before, so we, like everything else, we just did it ourselves.
Right.
And it went on to it had been the #1 video on Y'all Wire on the alternative country chart for 57 weeks, which had shattered every record over there. And then it had kind of fell off, and they were on to our other video for the follow-up for Blessed Be the Bad Ones. And I think Jody was working some of his magic from up above, because the charts refreshed, and on the day that he passed, 3 hours after he passed away, the song had been back at #1. So it's there this week.
That's a beautiful story. And rest in peace, Jody Payne. Here's one for Jody. Dallas Moore Band, folks.
When the wheels fell off the wagon, I didn't fall too far behind. Lost all sense of self-control, trying to free my mind. Higher than a Chinese kite, drinking whiskey river dry. Lord have mercy on my soul, I think I'm about to die. I've gone crazy. I've gone crazy again. Well, I don't know how it started, but I suspect how it's gonna end. In the corner of a bottle with my old good time friend. Just a little's way too much, I can't seem to get enough. Lord have mercy on my soul, you know I love that stuff. I've gone crazy. I've gone crazy again. Woman, your loving had me blinded where I could not see the light. I owe yous and love you twos and red hot neon nights. Impair my decisions where I can't tell wrong from right. It's a sad old song and now you're gone and I'm here out of my mind. I've gone crazy. I've gone crazy again. When the wheels fell off the wagon, I didn't fall too far behind. Lost all sense of self-control, trying to free my mind. Higher than a Chinese kite, drinking whiskey river dry. Lord have mercy on my soul, I think I'm about to die. I've gone crazy. I've gone crazy again. I've gone crazy. I've gone crazy again. I've gone crazy. I've gone crazy again.
Coming to see you guys tonight, sure.
It's on at Pootie's.
Hell yeah. It's great. So tell me what's going on now. Oh my gosh, you got the book, you got the new album, which is called Blessed Be the Bad Ones.
Yeah.
Tell folks where they can get this, Dallas.
You can get both the book and our album at Amazon.com and iTunes as well. You can also order directly from DallasMoore.com, which is our official website. Mm-hmm. And we also have links if you hit like on the Dallas Moore Band Facebook or follow me at Dallas Moore on Twitter. We're always putting links up for specials that we're running that we're not able to put up, like say on Amazon or something like
right.
that. We always run like different specials, so
okay.
if everybody can kind of keep tuned in there.
Let's give that address out because most people are on Facebook now. Yeah. Facebook.com/
Dallas Moore Band.
Dallas Moore Band. That's yes. Moore for you folks out there who might be like me and need helps occasionally spelling things. Dallas Moore Band. That is right. Now introduce the band for me, Dallas.
Right here on the guitar. This is Lucky Chucky, Chuck Morpurgo. The Jersey Devil, tearing them up in Texas.
Jersey Devil.
Mike Owens here on the harmonica. The Righteous Reverend Bob Dan Rutherford on the bass guitar, stringing a mighty fine singing. And Rocky the Cat Parnell on the drums. He's holding down the couch over there right now.
He's kind of quiet. You got to watch out for those.
No, you don't know him. Better half over there. That's Mrs. Jenna Danielle Moore.
Hi, Jenna.
She keeps us out of jail.
She also is driving the truck and the trailer.
She drives the black wagon.
She's got a handle on it. I was digging that. I like that.
Especially in New York City.
Yeah.
All right, you go, girl. All right.
Yeah, you ought to seen her cussing a blue streak going through the Lincoln Tunnel. we just recently played our first show in New York City, and we sold out the rodeo club, and then we made an appearance on Sirius XM, which it was really a whole neat experience for us because it was our first time being up that way, and getting to go to the studios and then sell out our first show in New York. But we'd have never got there if she had been. I think she drove over them.
All right, man. Yeah, it's interesting. How it doesn't matter where you go from New York. Well, remember, Waylon Steele. Too dumb for New York City, too ugly for LA. But it's the thing is real music speaks to everybody. It doesn't matter where you are, and everywhere you go, there's somebody hungry for this, and there's more people hungry for this than the individuals in charge on a larger scale give us credit for. And that's not just music, that's kind of everything.
Yeah.
But what I think is wonderful is through the joy, and I fought it. I didn't want an email account, I didn't want a cell phone, I didn't want any of this, but I've discovered the joy of technology is being able to get your music out to anybody around the world. And you folks listening here on the radio show, there's a lot of terrestrial stations that run the show, but there's also internet. We're on the only English-speaking radio station in Belgium. Show.
That's great.
So in Belgium, there's people listening to you right now. How cool
we've
is
got
that?
a lot of fans
yeah,
over there.
There you go.
This is great.
And power of the internet and getting the music out there, and you're able to stay in control of your music, write what you want, play what you want, and get it out there to the folks like you're doing here in Texas.
Yeah,
so
it's a completely independent thing, and
love it.
That it really goes along, with the spirit of how the whole outlaw movement even came about was, going against the grain of everything. And this is as do-it-yourself independent as it gets.
That's right.
But we were doing this. It's kind of funny. We're starting to see, our first little bit of success, even though we've been doing this for, over 20 years. But we were doing the same thing, but you didn't have that outlet before, there was the whole time where it was just DJs playing to a line dance club, and you couldn't hardly find work. We had to go play all rock and roll clubs,
exactly.
To do what would be considered traditional country music,
Right.
After the internet come along, the internet radio, satellite radio, and
satellite's done so much.
It just knocked everything wide open to where we're not reliant, to the cats and the powers that be in Nashville. A band like us doesn't exist, but we're starting to do pretty good, and we're just doing the same. We're kicking the same can that we've been all these years, but through the internet and stuff, people are starting to find out about it. Yeah.
That's right, and just keep getting it out there, and people tell people that's how it works. And I'm so happy to hear that for you. And now, what do you got coming up for the rest of the year? Why don't you share with folks what they can see from Dallas Moore?
Well, we're touring nonstop. We play over 300 dates a year. Right now. Tonight we're at Pootie's Hilltop Roadhouse in Spicewood, Texas.
That's right.
Going at 11 o'clock. Tomorrow we're at Armadillo Tubes in Canyon Lake, Texas. And we're doing a meet and greet around 5:30, 6 o'clock. And then we'll probably start playing around 8 tomorrow. We have a show in Nashville coming up on Tuesday at the Blue Bar, and our tour dates, like I say, are so many. If you just go to DallasMoore.com, it's all on there because we're literally going everywhere from Texas to New York to Florida and everywhere. And also have some shows coming up with Shooter Jennings, and we're playing with Shooter in Kentucky here in September 6th, I think it is, and a few other things with them in September. And then we always have some stuff coming up with David Allen Coe and Pure Grain and a lot of good friends and stuff.
Sounds great.
And we're glad we got to come play music with you.
Absolutely. I am so glad. I've loved having you guys in the circle. It was fun. And I'm glad it happened a couple weeks from now. It wouldn't have happened. It's like timing. I love it. So will you play another song for me, guys?
Sure.
What you going to do?
This is actually a brand new song. The other thing we have going on this year, and in the midst of constant touring, we're going to begin our next recording projects, and hopefully have our new release out for y'all in early 2014. But we go in the studio in September, and I've already got 12 new songs written, and this is one of them. So we'll debut it right here. Kentucky bourbon and a double shot of cocaine, little bit of smoke and a lot of gasoline. Sad old songs from a rusty old six-string, 90,000 miles on a 2000 Roll King. I was born to run, I was born to travel, another day of life, raising hell and slinging gravel. Uphill, downhill, across the river wide, I was on the right road, I just on the other side. Little ray of sunshine through the stormy weather, keep between the ditches, trying to keep myself together. I was born to run, I was born to travel, another day of life, raising hell and slinging gravel. Flying so high, call me up to glory in the sweet by and by. I was born to run, I was born to travel, another day of life, raising hell and slinging gravel. Fine Kentucky bourbon and a double shot of cocaine, little bit of smoke and a lot of gasoline. Sad old songs from a rusty old six-string, 90,000 miles on a 2000 Roll King. I was born to run, I was born to travel, another day of life, raising hell and slinging gravel. Yeah, I was born to run, I was born to travel, another day of life, raising hell and slinging gravel.
Dallas Moore Band, folks, right here on the Highwaywoman radio show. So, Dallas, tell me a little bit about who your biggest influences are. I mean, I can kind of get a feeling, but who gets to you? Who first got you going starting out, you know?
When I was a little kid, long before I ever even thought about, playing music, I was a huge fan of Waylon Jennings, Hank Sr., and Elvis Presley. When I was a kid, first record that I ever walked 2 miles uphill both ways to buy my first album when I was a kid was Waylon's Greatest Hits when I think I was 5 years old, and I had some money I'd made from cutting lawns, and so I had to go to town to the record store, and that was the first record I bought myself. But I grew up with my mom playing. She had all the Hank Sr. 78s, and Bill Monroe. She had an old Victrola, and she played all the 78 records, including the ones that she had made back in the 50s. And so that music was always playing around the house, and then I was a huge Elvis fan. I still am. And actually today's the rest in peace to the king.
Right. That's right.
It's that day. But that was my first music that I liked before I even started playing. And then after I got into everything, of course, it was Willie, and we became great friends with David Allan Coe, and he's always helped us out a lot and let us tour with him. And I actually we're supposed to record we're scheduled to record a new song that I wrote called "God Forgives, Outlaws Don't" together for my new album. And so we're hoping to get in the studio with David here when we get back from this tour and in September and actually have a record out together. We've sung together live a million times, but we've never got everything down. So we're real honored that he's agreed to, do that. He just helped us immeasurably, and he just was in such a horrific automobile accident, and then had not played music for most of this year, and we were honored to host a benefit concert for him in his first appearance back playing live. It was us and Confederate Railroad, who used to be David's band, and we hosted it in Louisville, Kentucky, and David came back, was just in top form, and then I played another show with him a couple weeks after that, and he just did great. I think the wreck was kind of a life-changing experience for him, and he's written a whole new album, and it's some of the most prolific writing that he's ever done since then, and he shared that with us. And when he's coming out right now, playing. He's coming out for most of the show before he brings his band out. It's just David and the guitar, which is, I think, is the greatest thing in the world.
Oh man!
And he's telling his stories and playing his new music as well as all this, all the great songs he's written, over the last years.
That is amazing.
So it's cool to still have him, have him with us and kicking it, and we're glad to be able to be a part of it. But those were, my main, initial influences, and then it's branched off, of course, so much, after that, of course, Bill Joe Shaver and the Allman Brothers Band and Leonard Skinner and our friends Doug Gray and the Marshall Tucker Band, and it's been a great thing that all of our honky-tonk heroes, if you will, so many of them we went on to play with just about everybody, and in most cases we've at the very least become friends or good acquaintances, and in a lot of instances they become like family with us, and it's been really cool. That's kind of what happened with Jody as well. So, and his influence on us was immeasurable. And then my mom, Magdalene Hainesmore, she's probably my biggest influence. I'm actually making a record of all bluegrass, Appalachian, and gospel music with just me and Mom playing all the instruments. She's 76 years old, getting ready to be 77 here in September, and still out touring with her band and making music. And we've always wanted to do a record of just the two of us. So can't forget Mama. She's a huge influence.
That's awesome, Dallas. And in talking about all this, I just want to say that I think that when I heard about the Outlaw Country Music Hall of Fame, I was excited, and I also had a little bit of reservations just because this is something very close to my heart, and just because I want to hope the integrity stays in it. And when I saw it was involved in the board of directors, I let the breath out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because when I didn't, that wasn't what I knew at first. I'm being straight with you.
Right.
And then I just relaxed. I'm like, okay, it looks like this is going to be what I would, in my heart, dream it to be.
Yeah.
And people like you involved in it. And what you just said gives me so much comfort, I guess, because one of the things that is so important and so valuable that a lot of, and I'm trying not to knock on people because I've tried to give that up over the years, but in the other kind of country music, it's there, it exists, but they do not honor. They only honor when it looks good for them, or it's part of some shtick or marketing thing. Oh, we loved, somebody passes away. Yes, we loved him. We have a statement. You know what I'm saying? But
exactly.
What you just said and everything you just laid out there and talking about David Allan Coe and talking about these people, or even talking about your mama.
Yeah.
And what you want to do. That is what's missing in music, is honoring the integrity of where we've come from.
Yeah.
And who has laid the path out there to do things for us to be able to do what we're doing. Right. That was what made country music, in my opinion, different from other genres. And I love rock and roll, I love blues, I love all kinds of music, but one thing that country really, really used to do was honor the forefathers, and that if this is what this is about, I couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, it is, and we're honored, excited. Yeah.
So all right, man. So kudos to you and to your band. And I send all my love with you out there on the road. Go get them. Go have fun. And how about we go out with one more song from your new album? Can we play Studio Truck, or do you want to do something live? You pick. Do you want to do something live?
We can do something.
What you want to do?
Let's see here. We'll do the one that we was going to do off of the Blessed Be the Bad Ones.
All right.
Something changed, but this will be an acoustic rare track, if you will.
Oh, yeah, we like that.
Exclusive to Highwaywoman Radio.
Oh, I love that.
I can't tell you just how long it's been. It's good to see you again. I missed you, girl. Yeah, I still remember way back then. Way back when you were my whole world. Something changed in the way you used to love me. It all just slipped away. You lost the fire that you once had burned for me, but now there's only ashes where once there burned a flame. I don't know what happened. All I know is something changed. You look so different since the night you left me by myself. all alone. I can't place exactly what it is. Maybe it's your new dress, your new walk and talk. Something changed in the way you used to love me. It all just slipped away. You lost the fire that you once had burned for me. Now there's only ashes where once there burned a flame. And I don't know what happened. All I know is something changed. While now, girl, since you've been gone. So I moved on and I'm doing good these days. I guess we're past the point to work it out. Hell no, there ain't no doubt. Something changed. Something changed in the way you used to love me. It all just slipped away. You lost the fire that you once had burned for me. And now there's only ashes where once there burned a flame. And I don't know what happened. All I know is something changed. Something changed in the way you used to love me. It all just slipped away. You lost the fire that you once had burned for me. Now there's only ashes where once there burned a flame. And I don't know what happened. All I know is something changed. There you go.
Dallas Moore Band, folks. You can go to dallasmoore.com or facebook.com/the Dallas Moore Band here on the Highwaywoman Radio Show. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you for having
us. God bless you. Cheerio.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Bridget London, and this has been the Highwaywoman Radio Show.
Now there she goes, the highway woman, and she's brought music